Hi, everyone. I'm Shannon from True North Homeschool Academy. I'm here with Ian. He's my son. And
Hello.
hi, thank you, first of all, for joining me. Both everybody at True North, all the True North families, and you, Ian, thanks for helping me out. We today are going to show you guys about the learning community behind the password in the password protected learning community for True North. And we're going to walk you through a bit of a slide presentation and then get into the platform and show you all the different areas. All right. So Ian, as we go through it, if you have questions, go ahead and interrupt me and I'll answer your questions and we can see just kind of what happens. So for those of you that don't know, I've been teaching at True North. I taught last year and I taught last summer. And so this is my second year teaching. And Ian, how long have you been at True North?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I think it's less than a year.
Yeah, you took some classes this summer, didn't you? You took some clubs and your sister took a class. And so you're pretty new to how we do things at True North with the online academy and using the Zoom links and doing Zoom classes and all that kind of thing, as well as you are brand new to the learning platform, just like everybody else is, right? Yep. Okay, so I think that we're going to be a good pair showing everybody how to use it because we're all learning together. And that's, I think, the one really important piece to remember is grace and patience as we are all learning together, right? So I'm going to share my screen and we are going to get going first with the presentation and then we'll jump into kind of a click by click and step by step thing. All right, ready to go?
All right.
Yep. All right, here we go. Okay, so what we're going to do today is, did it choose present? There we go. Maybe it's a little bit slow. Are you seeing it? Okay. There you go. Is it nice and big now, Ian? All right. Okay, so we're going to get to know your dashboard over in the password protected learning community. So let's get started with that. So the first thing that I would like everybody to do, because it's going to help so much, parents and students, I want you to save this email to your contacts or your whitelist. All right. So the True North Homeschool Academy at myschoolapp.com is the email that is used to send messages from within the password protected learning community out to you to give you a notification that you have messages in there. So you want to have that one so that those messages appear where you go most in your email. All right. The other thing we want to do is we want to get logged in. So a couple things to remember that you want to do, you want to set up the login for each student and the parent account. Okay. So if you have more than one person using an email address, you need to sign in using your username and your password rather than your email. Ian, did you get an email? Everybody actually got an email. Did you get an email that tells you what your username is? Yeah. Okay. And you followed those instructions when we were doing this yesterday. You followed the instructions to get yourself logged into your platform. Yeah. And then I gave you some new ones today to use as a sample for what we're doing here. Do you remember what your username, the format of it is?
I think it's first name dot last name.
Right. First name dot last name, all lowercase. So for me, it's first name dot last name, just like yours is. All right. So, and then the other thing you need to remember is that your account is unique to you. So each student has their own account to log into for assignments, for grades, for submitting things, for checking the bulletin board, getting the resources, sending messages to the teacher, that type of thing. And then the parent account allows the parent to see what's happening with each of their children in a simple dashboard. Okay, so that's important to remember. And that's why logging in and setting that login up for each student now is really important so that when you get to the first day of classes, it's all done for you and you can focus on getting comfortable in your class, not dealing with the tech. So help me remember, if we have time, we're going to talk about some fancy tech stuff at the end. Okay, Ian?
Yeah.
Okay, so the other thing you need to do is you need to access your dashboard. This is the URL. It looks really similar to that email that you want to whitelist as well. This is the URL that is going to get you to the page where you log in. Okay, so it's True North Homeschool Academy.myschoolapp.com/app, and then anything after that. All right. Oh, I think I went backwards. Nope, it went forwards. Good. Okay, so we're just about ready to access the dashboard. So what is the really important thing that everybody needs to remember, that if they are sharing an email address with somebody at their house within the platform?
Sign in with their username and password and not your email.
Right, not your email. And it's going to eliminate the confusion and the frustration, because the system doesn't know where to send you until you tell it exactly who you are. And if you're sharing an email, it doesn't really know who you are. It sees, wow, there's 2 or 3 or 4 or 6 people attached to that email. I don't know where to send this person. So you have to give it a little bit more information to make that understandable. And then you get to the right place. Okay, so a couple things to remember. If you're using multiple computers, set each computer up with the link to the password protected community. We had that link on the last slide. And if you're sharing a computer with others, you want to set up login and password information for each student and teach them how to log in. That way they're going to access their account. We use Bitwarden for things like that, don't we? There's lots of different password vaults out there. We like the free version of Bitwarden, because you can set it up and you can put in names and really specify who's who. And then it's just super easy to click. It pulls it in and you're off and ready to go without too much thinking once you get it set up. So I encourage families to do that, especially if you're sharing a computer, because it becomes really important. Regardless, it's really important. But if you do have 2 or more students doing the same class, and they're actually in the same class, they need to sign into their individual dashboards to submit their work, to email to the teacher, and that kind of thing. That way, it's all going to the proper account, because that account is what's going to be graded, how the grades are turned in, and all kinds of things like that. So that becomes really important. All right, let's move on, Ian. So when we do our tour here in just a second, we're going to look at the parent information, and then we're going to look at the student information. So for the dashboard, parents, you need to review your profile. You need to check out the resource boards, and you need to get started. You need to use the Getting Started tutorials, and those are going to walk you through, help you get familiar with the platform and all its general pieces. And then you'll see our specific pieces that are specific to our learning community. So, and then set your profile preferences up to how you want to have them. So if you want texts, leave your phone number in there and you'll get texts. If you want emails, you are set up for that. That's kind of the default. But that is, you guys can go and just check your preferences there. And then parents, you are also going to probably want to take a peek at your students' dashboards. And students, you're going to want to go in and you're going to want to review your profile as well. You're going to want to check out your classes and your schedule, and you want to get started, use the Getting Started tutorials. The reason you want to go into each of your classes and look at your schedule is you got to go ahead and do the link to get the Zoom link. All right. So that will get you into the live sessions for the live teaching. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if we can log in. Okay. I'm going to get out of the presentation so that it switches screens properly for me here. Okay. So Ian, what I would like you to do, if you can, well, first, do you have any questions about anything I've just talked about? No? Nope. Pretty straightforward for you? All right. So go ahead. If you have this link on your toolbar, and you're able to go do it along with me and still listen, that's awesome. Okay, let's see. Here we are. All right, so when we're here, you're going to log in as your sample student, and I'm going to log in as my sample parent, okay? And I am sharing my screen for the sample parent, so I have my login here. All right, Ian, so I'm logged in finally. Are you logged in? I actually had a little trouble with my password, so I needed to update my Bitwarden. So we are in. And so I'm looking at the student, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the parent dashboard. So when it defaults right now, it opens up for parents a little bit different than students, okay? But we all have kind of the same resources. So let's just go across the top and we're gonna just talk about things real quick here, all right? So official notes, those are important messages, either about enrollment or about things that have to do with the academic sides of things. Messages are more casual, and those are just notes back and forth to people. This is where you're going to go to send notes to teachers, okay? And that type of thing. For people that are wanting to take and check out their profile, you just click it. You can have your picture will show up here if you've uploaded a picture. You can check out your profile here, and you can choose the getting started right here. And it's going to pop up with this screen, and you can get started learning about how to do the messages, how to change your profile, how to do your settings. And because I'm in the parent dashboard, it's going to be how to navigate things as a parent. Okay. So it's really dynamic, and it allows you, it kind of gives you information and serves it up if you need help for the areas that you're in. But it also allows you to ask for help with specific things as well that may be different. Okay. So that's the top toolbar for the parents. The next toolbar down is the one, this is where you'll find your kids. So if you only have one student at True North, it's just going to say their name. If you have more than one student, you can see all my test people here. You can go into their account and see their information specifically. All right. So the next place is the resource board. This is the default for parents. So parents, if this is your first time in, you want to go ahead and do the first things first. This is information about the parent orientation, which you're seeing this as part of parent orientation most likely. So this is the signups. And then parents also will see what the students are seeing with the student first things first and their orientation. There's other helpful resources down here, so you can grab those as you need them. We aren't using the news section too much yet. That's going to come in further in the school year and as we build out the platform completely. If you want to see the school calendar, you can just click on calendar. So from the parent perspective, Ian, is there anything interesting or that you want to share, or any questions you have?
I don't have any questions, no.
Okay. So these banners show up. Some of them are persistent. They're always important. So sometimes they will be set to read only one time. And if you close it, then that's it. Others are set to be up for a few days or something like that. So you might get those banners. Those are always important. I want to show the calendar real quick here. So I clicked on calendar here. Then you're able to go through, and once assignments are showing, they will show here as well. And so you can see the different assignments and the different things for the different people. And then you can turn things off. Like I can turn off the website calendar and turn on assignments. And since there's no assignments yet, they're not showing, but that's what would show. And if there's a schedule, you would be able to see the schedule. Is that showing yet? Okay.
You turned off the schedule.
No, I turned off the calendar.
No, you're turning off the schedule and the assignments because they're not colored anymore.
Right. They were turned off. You're right. So when they're colored, they will show. Right now, because the assignments turn on right before school starts, a few days before school starts, that's when you'll be able to see them. Okay. So do you want to share your dashboard, or do you want to walk along with me?
I'll walk along with you because
Okay.
my computer can't do that.
Oh, okay. So that's fine. So let's go ahead. We're going to switch. When I go into your account here, we'll be looking at the same thing basically. Okay.
Okay.
So this is what the students see. And so this is our sample area. And I still have my parent banner up here. That would be gone if we were looking at the student account. So what we want to do is just walk through things here. And you can, if you scroll down, you'll see your classes here. Right now you have the one example class. All right. And you can message your teacher. Oh, look, it's me. And what you want to do to look at the classes is go and click almost all the time, anything that's blue in the platform. If it's blue like that, it's a link. So you can tap it and go into it. So that's going to jump us out to CTC there. That's the math program that the school is using for math. So let's see. Right now, only bulletin boards are showing. And I apologize. This student doesn't have very much going on here when it comes to bulletin boards. So I want to go and see what this one looks like. Nothing. All right. Let me switch. I'm going to show real quick. From here, this is my other sample student, okay? Now you can see all the bulletin boards. Okay, so if we go into this class of mine, this is what a bulletin board, they're all going to look a little bit different, but they're all going to have some things that are the same. The important thing is, these are the things we've done. We've looked at the profile, right? We've looked at the profile and we can go back and look at things, go through there, and you can see the different things you can change, your notifications, your privacy features, and that kind of thing. When you're in the dashboard for the students, you'll have a link to register for the Zoom classes. So you need to register for those Zoom classes to attend the live classes. And then this platform is going to be where you turn your homework in and where you find out what your assignments are. Okay. And see what your grades are and the schedule and that kind of thing. So bulletin board, you'll have topics when these open up a little bit closer to school, and you'll have assignments. And there shouldn't be anything showing there yet. So get comfortable with the different things here. If you find on your bulletin board that maybe there's nothing here, you don't see a Zoom link, go up to view details and it should be in that section as well. Okay, so that is almost everything about the orientation. Do you have any questions?
No.
No. Okay, I have one more little piece here. We're going to go back to this. So there's 3 things that you need to do, both parents and students, before classes start. So for a great first week of your school year, these are the things that really must be done before classes start, okay? You want to check out your class bulletin board for information for that class, and that's for each class you're taking. So that's what this picture up here is about. Where's my mouse? There it is. Okay. And then you want to register for your Zoom link for the live sessions, and you want to register. You just need to register one time. You don't have to register for each day of the class, one time, and it'll just allow you to put that on a Google Calendar or your iCal or anything like that. Then on the bulletin board, you want to look and see if there's any supplies or materials or textbooks that need to be purchased. If you haven't already purchased those, get that going. And then when the syllabus or the welcome letter, actually both of those, when those become available to you, go ahead and take a look at that. And then assignments will be coming out a few days before school starts for that first week. So that is it. All right. So Ian, any questions?
Nope.
Nope. Does it look like it's going to be a great year?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. Well, I will see you over at True North Homeschool Academy in the password protected learning community. Thank you. Oh, thank you for helping me do this, but also I'm going to share the screen, and I want you to spend just 2 minutes talking about how we have set up things at our house to have really good Wi-Fi connection. Like right now, we're in the same house, we're in the same place, using the same router and Wi-Fi
upstairs
stuff. So tell us what we did.
Right. So there's a Ethernet splitter. There's a little box that has multiple Ethernet ports.
Okay, so it's a little box. Let me see if it's. Keep talking.
And for mom, she has an Ethernet port on her computer, so we didn't have to do anything about that. We just had to plug it in. But for my computer, I don't have an Ethernet port, so we use these things. They're Ethernet ports to USB-C, which
Okay.
plug into my computer.
All right. So then you're able to
And then
use
we have extra.
an
Ethernet
extra cord so
cords.
that you can kind of go in one room or the other, wherever it's the quietest and that
Yeah.
kind of thing. So that we did that. And so we have that splitter, and from the splitter, you guys can plug in all your Ethernet cords, and it goes to one Ethernet cord, which goes to the router, right? How is
Mhm.
your setup a little bit different than mine? Because mine goes through a plug-in in the wall over here.
Yeah, she has a plug in the wall. So there for the box, there's a little power cord
Can you back
that
up a little bit?
leads. Sorry.
That's okay.
There's a power cord that leads into a plug somewhere. I can't see it right now.
Yeah, it's in the other room.
And then there's a white Ethernet cable that leads from the router to the box.
Right.
And then another black one that leads from the box to my computer.
Right. So most routers have more than one Ethernet port, right? So I think we have 3 on our router. So for our router, we have one port, and it's the magic of electricity and other stuff that I don't quite understand. We have one port plugged into a adapter that sends it through the same electricity path in the house. I plug it into the other end of the adapter into the office, plug it, electrical plug-in, and plug my Ethernet cord in there and into my computer. Whereas you plug it into that splitter box, and then that's the other cord that goes to the wire, to the router, right? So we're set up with Ethernet cords, which means we're not dropping our connections. We don't have as slow, sometimes the Wi-Fi is just slow, but we don't have as slow connections, and we don't have screens that freeze and that kind of thing. So it works out really well. So if parents want to get those, they can find those on Amazon or wherever you buy your electronics. They'll have them. Do you remember the name of any of those?
This is Ugreen.
Okay.
And it's an Ethernet to USB-C.
Okay.
But I'm sure if you don't have a USB-C port, there's other ones like
right?
Ethernet to USB-A or whatever.
Right. And then do you remember the name of the box that I have plugged into the wall?
Hold on one second. I can go check.
No.
I don't remember.
You don't remember the name? Oh, okay. Well, if we remember the name, if I can find the name, I will put that somewhere in the video or in with the other information we share with people. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You did an awesome job helping out, getting us ready for school. For everybody attending True North, we are looking forward to a great year. And I hope to see you in and around campus, which is all online. So have a great year, everybody. And Ian, thanks so much for helping me out. I really appreciate your help, bud. All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.